Yo guys, what's going on? Today, I want to show you guys how you can improve both your aim and your sprays in CSGO. These are both two things you really need to practice in CSGO if you want to become good at the game. They are super important in game, and if you do not know your aim and especially your sprays, I don't think you're going to make it out of silver, unfortunately. But anyway, that's why I'm here, and I'm going to show you guys how you guys can work on improving your aim and your spray and just becoming more accurate overall. But anyways, let's get right into the video. Now, before I show you guys how you can properly practice your aim and your sprays, there are a few community maps we need to get into CSGO so you can do this. The three that I'm going to be showing you guys today are going to be AimBotz, Training Aim CSGO 2, and Recoil Master Spray Training. All of these are free community maps, and to get them into your game, all you have to do is come down here and click subscribe. This will automatically add it into your CSGO account and then into the game automatically for you. You don't need to do anything else. All you gotta do here is hit subscribe. The link to all three of these will be down in the description below, and yeah, just go and subscribe to them and they'll show up in your game. Once you've subscribed to them, all you guys gotta do is hit your official matchmaking drop down and come down and select workshop maps. From there, you now can see that here's the recoil map. If I scroll down even more, here's the AimBotz map and here's the aim training map. I'm gonna first start off by showing you guys AimBotz. Now, this is what the map AimBotz is gonna look like when you first drop in. As you can see, it kind of looks a little bit complicated off the start if you've never used it, but it's an awesome map for practicing your aim. This is mainly just for practicing aim. You can practice spray on it, but it's not going to show you how to properly do it. Now, what I really like to do is, as you guys can see, it gives you a whole 360 degree of the map. And then you have these controls up here, and basically these controls will limit the map. So when I'm practicing aim or even doing warm up for a game, what I like to do is I like to come up here, shoot that circle so it turns red, and then basically select the rest of these to be all red. If you click the smallest box, it makes them all red. And what this is going to do is it's going to raise the walls. As you can see, all of these have walls. It's going to raise all of the different sets of walls to close all the sides off, so you only have one open. And then from there, you can basically just go and practice tapping heads. It confines all the bots to one smaller spot. Now, I'm going to go ahead and shoot some of these right now, but I'm going to warn you guys, I have not played today. So if I'm bad or slow, I'm sorry, but you know, first time on in a day is never very good. But basically, you just can practice your aim by simply just tapping bots' heads. And again, you have all the different weapons up here, so you can choose from any of the rifles. You even have pistols. You can do SMGs if you want. Heavy is also over here, and then you also have your sniper rifles. So say you wanted to practice flicks, for example, you could literally just come on here and practice your flicks from however far you wanted to. Wow, that was actually not a bad one. Yeah, it's super awesome and easy to do. Also, you can practice pistols, but if you guys notice, I can't kill a bot in one hit. So coming over here, you guys can see you have a massive amount of custom controls you can do for this map. Now, the most important one for me at least is turning off Kevlar and helmet. That way you can one tap a bot no matter what with any weapon. But as you guys can see, you can adjust some of the settings on the map itself, but you can also make the bots move. So if you wanted to practice with moving bots, you can basically adjust the movement and speed of the bots here. And then you can also see that you can also add obstacles or even make the map long range for practicing with your op. Again, it's a super awesome map for just practicing your aim. I like to come on here and just do a warm-up before I go and play a game. As you can see, I'm moving really slow and taking my time to aim as if I'm a really bad player. But this is a great warm-up. It gets you all warmed up and ready for the game so you don't aim like this bad in the game. And overall, yeah, it just makes your aim a lot better, especially for tapping. I would say this map helps the most with tapping. If you wanted to practice your spray, you could practice your spray on here. It's definitely not a bad map for practicing your spray, but it won't show you exactly how to master it. This is just more for experimenting, but like I said, definitely the best one for just practicing tapping heads and making sure your aim is accurate. I like doing flicks on it too, but like I said, just for tapping, it's super nice to do. Super awesome map, and yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, so the next map I'm going to show you here is Training Aim CSGO 2. I'm going to go ahead and click go and make sure you have training on for this one. Alright, and basically when you load into the map, this is what it's going to look like. So as you guys can see, you have weapons over here, you have this board over here, this, I guess, almost screen if you wanted to call it. It starts off by showing you how you can literally pre-aim, so you can see another player's head would be about this height, so if you wanted to pre-aim at the head, wherever you are on the map, you would keep your crosshair about this level, which is kind of cool. Now, it does a lot more than just this. First of all, if you want a weapon, you just would come over here and swipe the weapon you want. I'm going to take AK, and as you guys can see, there's basically 4 different levels of this map for how far away you can be from the overall screen up front. You have levels 1, which were on here, 2, which is over here, 3, which is all the way back here, and 4, which is the farthest back you can go, basically. Now, I'm going to go back down to 1 here, and as you guys can see, you have more controls here, and we're not going to worry about those quite yet. Basically, what this is once you click start, you're gonna have to basically shoot the red dot. So this is basically practicing your aim for accuracy and also for how fast you can aim to something. Now, as you can see, I missed that. Every time you hit it, it's gonna make the ding sound, as you guys can hear. And this is really, really good for making you guys accurate and also aiming quick. I missed that one horribly. And as you guys can see, it's actually pretty hard. I'm surprised I'm hitting so many for not being warmed up for this video at all. But it's just absolutely awesome for practicing your aim. And as you guys can see, out of the 26 it gave me, I hit 20 and missed 6, which is actually, wait. No, I think I shot multiple for one of them. I don't know how accurate that is. I'm gonna say I missed 4 because I know I shot multiple for one or two of them. But this is a super, super awesome map to challenge you to be accurate. It's again gonna help you a lot with your aim, just in general. So like if you were one tapping with a deagle, provided you're standing still, if a player was to run out, you could potentially go over, and this would help you hit their head spot on as they're running as fast as possible. And it's just a super, super awesome map to make you more accurate. AimBotz is definitely more of a way you can just practice your overall headshots on bots, making sure you're accurate with your movement. This is more practicing your aim and reaction time. This is really, really going to help you in game. Your reaction time is very important, and so this is why I added this map into the video. Super, super important. And again, like I said, there's different levels. So as you guys can see, say I was to go up to 3, I'm going to fail this so hard, but if I hit start, then you guys can see you can tap the dots down here. This is very hard for me, not being warmed up at all, but I'm actually hitting a decent amount of them. And again, reaction time and aim, this is an awesome practice. If doing this for just 10 minutes a day will really help you guys in game. I literally got the exact same score as last time, but as you guys can see, as you move back, it actually becomes harder, but also a little bit more accurate. If you're playing 16:9 ratio like I am, or 1080p, it's going to make you a lot more accurate, especially if you're back here on level 4, because that size of the red dot is going to be about the size of a head. Again, if you do want to adjust different settings on this map, you do have different settings you can change down here. We're just on the classic, which is fast aiming. I also call that reaction time training. Super cool mode, but then you also have angles and sliding, reflex training, burst training, and intensive fast aiming. And I'm not going to go over each of these training modes here because this isn't just a map showcase. This is just showing you guys different maps that are awesome for practicing your aim. But like I said, all these maps are linked in the description below, so if you guys want to mess around with these different training modes, I will guarantee you they will help you in game big time too. But anyway, let's move on to the next map. Now the last and final map I'm going to show you for this video is going to be the Recoil Master map. So yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. So this is what the Recoil Master map is going to look like when you load into it. Again, you have all the different weapons you can pick from over here. This is the main board where you're going to practice at, and I'm pretty sure that's about it. I haven't used this one too much, so if I missed something, I do apologize. I'm going to go ahead and reset this real fast. But basically what this is going to do is, as you can see, I'm on AK right now, and this is actually showing me the exact pattern I need to move my crosshair in when I'm spraying to be able to get my spray accurate all at one point. So now, as you can see, if I'm standing here, the goal is to basically aim at this red dot and keep your crosshair on it the entire time. So if I just go ahead and follow it, as you can see, I did a horrible job there, but that's basically showing me exactly how to follow my crosshair throughout the pattern of the spray to be able to hit every single shot, whether it be in the head or the upper body, as you guys can see. I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. Again, I'm really bad at this one because I don't really do it that often, which I probably should do more. But again, you just try to follow the dot with your crosshair, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and try it one more time. So as you can see, I'm hitting a majority of shots up here, but then the lower ends of but then the rest of the mag down here. So my spray is not very good right now. Again, I'll try it again and try to keep it up higher a little bit. And as you guys can see, that actually stayed about up here the entire time. This is actually a map I should probably work on more often, as I was saying a second ago. But this is an awesome map for not necessarily knowing your aim, but knowing your spray patterns. So again, also, if you don't want to use AK, say you want to use M4, it does also show you the spray pattern for the M4. And if I wanted to do the M4, again, this is literally all I have to do. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move farther back and do this. Sometimes, I notice when you're up close, sometimes if you try to follow the dot, it doesn't, like, look, I'm hitting all the headshots right here, and my crosshair isn't following the red dot. I notice that when you move farther back, you really do have to follow the red dot, but when you're up close, when you're just practicing your spray up close, you don't need to follow it. Like, my crosshair is not following it, and I'm hitting a majority of shots around the head. When you're farther back, though, you really do need to follow it. As you can see, I'm trying to follow it a little bit, but I'm still pretty inaccurate right there. But anyway, this is pretty much the Recoil Master map. a super awesome map for practicing your recoil, and I highly recommend you use this one too on top of the 2 aim ones I showed you. Alright guys, but that's basically pretty much it. I highly recommend you use all 3 of those maps. The first one specifically is very much just for aim and figuring out your movement with your aim. It's a little bit more beginner in the instance that you can figure out how to move properly and still be accurate when you're tapping bots, but it's also a very good map just to practice your headshots or come in and warm up on. As you guys may have noticed if you've watched my warm-up video, it's a great map to warm up on. The second map that I showed you guys is awesome for being accurate and fast. It really helps you with your reaction time along with your aim. So if your aim is good but your reaction time isn't very good, that will definitely help you with your reaction time. And I only showed you guys one of the training modes on that second map. There are 4 or 5 other ones you guys can go and try for yourself too. I highly recommend you use that map also. And the last one that I showed you, the Recoil Master map, is an absolutely awesome map for practicing your recoil. Not as much for aim, but very good for recoil. Again, all 3 of these maps will be linked down in the description below. I highly recommend you use all 3 of them when you're just bored of CSGO and you feel like practicing, or when you just want to practice before you go into a competitive match. But anyway, I hope I helped some of you guys out with this video, and if I did, make sure you guys slap that like button and subscribe if you are new. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.